Hey, this is Donna from Faded and Forgotten History, and I'm here with my husband Robert, and we're going to go looking for a cemetery today. It's called the McCalla Cemetery. There's actually two, the old McCalla Cemetery and the old McCalla Cemetery from what we've seen. And we're at the end of McCalla Road near Lounsville, South Carolina. So we're going to go on an adventure and see if we can find it. We've got two gates to choose from, and we've got to figure out which way to go. So we're deciding to go right, and we'll have to see if this is the correct way or not. So it's an old gravel road that we're walking on. Maybe that's a good sign. You can see. Always let Robert go first. That way if you come across any snakes, he can take care of them. This was going to be what?
Park area that never developed.
Okay, it was going to be a state park area that never got developed. Sure is a beautiful day though. The wind's picked up a little bit. That gives us a good breeze. Well, we found out we're heading in the right direction because we met a man and his dog. He's a hiker. He comes here quite often and hikes these trails, and he gave us directions. There he is heading in the opposite direction, and we're heading on the right road, so we made a good choice. This looks like the old driveway. When we were walking, we could tell the land was real flat and cleared off. So we're guessing this was the old home place. Old foundation stones of some sort, or maybe just a rock outcropping. Oh yeah.
There's some pipe out there.
Definitely. Yeah.
There's another rock.
Big rocks. Some tin laying on the ground. Old brick. Old tin.
Right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Look at there. Big huge rock. Big old tree. There's the old roadbed we were walking on. Yep, I saw that one. I love this old rock right here. Yeah. Another big old tree. Walnut tree.
See right there, the walnut tree.
Yep. Pretty. So we found the old tree that had fallen that the man we just met told us about, and he said turn right. So we're heading up this little area here. Well, that road kind of dead-ended, so maybe we turned right too early. It's all in the hunt. So we're heading back, see if we can go straight ahead and then find another right.
You want me to carry that?
Yep, got it. So we found this huge white oak tree along the side of the road, which we're continuing up. This is where we came from. There's another part of the road that goes down to the left where he said there's another cemetery. So we just came across this in the middle of nowhere. What do you think it was going to be?
It's phone.
For
Cell
phone.
Yeah.
It's for phone. Not what you expect to see in the middle of nowhere. What is this? Maybe an old fire extinguisher. So we're to another place where the road divides. He did say stay right, so we're gonna stay right. But we don't know. It's a huge place. Oh, we see something through the woods. Yeah. A good thing we went right. As we see it ahead. Up on the hill. We can see it. See the monument. Blue and white through the woods. There it is. Looks like it's got a chain link fence around it. And a wall. Wow. Here it is. All right, so this one is Speed, who I had read owned this land first, and then the McCallas bought it from them. Back behind the large ones are McCalla, from what we can tell. There's a wasp nest in the gate over here, so we got to figure out a way to get in.
And if you know Lake Russell, there's Speed Creek.
Yeah, Speed Creek on Lake Russell. That's where Speed Creek got its name, from the Speed family that lived on this land long ago. Right, so I'm making a big circle around the gate, which Robert swung open carefully.
So you can see his head sticking out of that hole right there. You ready?
Yeah. All right, Robert made it through. Now it's my turn. So it has steps coming up and over the block wall. We made it past the wasp.
Ezekiel Speed.
Our father and mother, Ezekiel P. Speed and Julia A. Speed.
Died 1881.
Ezekiel died 1881, and she died 1863. And there's a fieldstone.
She was 32, he was 67.
Okay, he lived to 67. She died at 32, right there at the Civil War. And theirs is inside this beautiful wrought iron gate.
Yeah,
Have it propped up with bricks. All bricks. There's one outside of it. Infant.
Carter.
of F.M. and Lila Carter. And here's Mother, Raymond Elizabeth McCalla, October 3rd, 1859 through December 21st, 1915.
Isaac McCalla.
And beside that, this huge, beautiful monument. Isaac H. McCalla, November 16th, 1853 through September 9th, 1913, at rest.
There's another one. G.O.M. Speed. George M.
Another Speed, George M. Speed, born 1880, died 1911.
He wasn't but 21.
Very young.
31.
There's some other McCallas down here. Jenny McCalla, wife of Joseph T. Speed. So this shows how the McCallas and the Speeds are related. There was a marriage there. And here's Joseph over here, 1855 to 1926.
This is Dr. L.C. McCalla.
Dr. L.C. McCalla, November 13th, 1864 through October 9th, 1915, at rest. Very big, you can tell when I walk up close to it. It's got the Masonic emblem on it. Very tall, right beside the other one. And the old block wall. This is Mary Jane Allen, wife of George McCalla.
May McCalla, wife of George James McCalla.
Okay. So Mary Jane died in 1913.
She died in 1939.
And May McCalla died in 1939. There's some other, these are probably the footstones of those graves. Here, there's some sunken spots, so I'm sure there's other graves not marked. Some field stones. And it's just out here in the middle of nowhere. M.P. McCalla, 1879 to 1933. Right beside
Raymond
these.
Elizabeth McCalla, brother.
Pretty. What's this over here? Oh, here's another one over here. I read about this one. I think this was a Clark that was buried outside the graveyard. Sure can't read it.
You can see the writing up there. I think you see it from the other direction.
Okay, we'll go out and come around. And this is what the steps look like. They go up this side and down that side. And this pretty cedar tree.
Yep, William Clark.
William Clark. You read the dates?
1811 through
What is this here? That says 17.
99.
Yeah, 1790 something.
1798, 99, 98, or 93. Just 93.
1793. Hard to read. So the McCallas who settled this land, they came here in the, I think the early 1800s, around 1820. This is the burial place of their son Isaac, who was their second son. That's his, the taller one. And his other son, George, is the one who took over most of the land after John passed away. But Isaac did eventually move back, I believe. But this is his resting place. John and George, I believe, are buried in the other cemetery. We're back on the gravel road, looking for the other cemetery. So we're going to try this way and see what we come up with. So we're going to the left side of the road we were just on, because we saw this back in the woods. Looks like a pile of bricks. So, oh yeah, old foundation.
Here's an old box spring.
Huh. Old box springs from the mattress. Right here.
I don't know.
Old bucket I just stepped on. Lots of tin.
This should have been the home place.
Yep.
And the cemetery back the other way. Up on the hill. That was the chimney.
Yep. These big, huge rocks. And then back over here, old box springs. And the old fieldstone foundation.
Let's see where it's flat up here though.
Yep, flat up here on the hilltop.
Let's dig it down through there. It probably has a spring down there.
Yeah. Some old bricks. Guess the old fireplace right here. Don't you, the old chimney? Looks like maybe one built in the middle, maybe 2 rooms, one on each side. That's what it looks like to me, just from looking at the footprint of the house. Let's see, a bucket hanging from the cedar tree. Oh yeah. Yep. Just walk down and look at it.
I bet you there's a spring down there.
I'm thinking maybe a spring down here at the bottom of this hill.
Yep, I see the water down there.
And here's the old bucket hanging in the tree.
But the water, I see water standing down there.
And the old cedar tree. And you see water down here. Yep.
Didn't it look like
down
it?
at the bottom.
Look like it just kind of stops there. It's dry from there around.
Uh-huh.
So that would have been the spring.
The McCallas did rely on enslaved persons before the Civil War. So there were a lot that lived in this area, had homes in this area, and lived their lives in this area. After the Civil War, that changed. The McCallas did lose a lot of money, but were able to hold on to much of their land. We got another tree across the road, and the man we ran into did talk about going around another tree. So we'll see if this takes us where we need to go. Well, we went down this road and didn't find anything we felt good about. So we're heading back out. And we'll decide what to do since time is getting on by. May have to be another day, but we might try one more road. So this is the road we first came down. We haven't been down that road. We'll have to do that another day. Our time's getting by. But right here where the roads converge, there's this huge magnolia tree. And where roads converge, there usually was a home at one point. So we're just gonna walk up in here for a minute and see what we can find. We see a mound back here. Maybe where they pushed everything up.
Hey, I see a chimney.
Oh,
Ain't very tall. Right there.
see a chimney?
Steps
Oh yeah. There's some kind of foundation peeking out down here. I just walked through a spider web. Old bricks. All tin. Everything just got pushed up. Big, huge tree. And then back here, have something.
Big right here. Big over there. Right here. Right there. Right back there. I ain't gonna step in there, but I don't think that would be no well. See the
Looks like the cellar.
see all the rock, the corners.
Yeah. So over here was a corner. Right there. Over here. This would have been a very large house. Definitely. So looking back, way over there would have been the other pillar,
Bricks right there.
the fireplace.
Way over there, around that tree. Way over
Yeah.
there. Across.
Yeah. Right here. And then even way out there. This was huge. Of course, that could have been another, maybe the kitchen. Because the kitchen wasn't usually attached due to fire and heat and odor, from what I've read. But this was definitely a main house. So glad we walked up in here. One more look back. I'm gonna go look one more time. A little closer at the chimney. See where it was put together. Beautiful place. Walking back toward where everything got pushed up. There's huge vines twisting around the tree. And we're heading back out toward the road. So we're on our way back to the vehicle and stop for some blackberries. Too good to resist. And we're starving. I'll take 2. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Delicious. This was not an easy walk. And this is not the good time of year to go. But since we're both working for the school district, we have to go when we have time. And we're off a few weeks in the summer. So this is our time to go. But if you want to come walking out this way, just be aware that it's kind of a long walk and it's very grown up this time of year. Fall would be a good time to come.
Not fall. Deer season.
True. Fall is deer season, so that would not be a good time to come. Maybe between January and March. So keep that in mind as well. And we'll come back another day and look for the other cemetery. But thanks for joining us.